Hey, Todd. How's Todd? Oh, I gotta grab something. I'm back. I'm smoking. Courtesy of RD. Cold Blood Red Moon. Mixed with some Haunted Bookshop. So I'm getting two for the price. A dose of 2 of 1. Good. Did you have a good Christmas? I understand. Totally understand there, Todd. But did you have a good Christmas? JD. JD. Who's JD? Do I know you, JD? Hey, RD. Hey, RD. Smoking Cold Blood Red Moon. And now I'm mixing a little bit of Haunted Bookshop. What the? Good. It's good. Oh, you too. Who are you, JD? I don't know who you are. Oh, have a good day, Yusuf. Help me out, JD. Gotta help my memory out. Who are they? RD? Did you have a good Christmas? Oh, Cold Blood Red Moon mixed with some Haunted Bookshop.
Good. Why is every time we turn around RD we get trolls in? Not JD. Oh yes, I. Oh yes, I am, George. Oh yes, no, I'm not. Yes, I am sitting in a damn outhouse taking a good one. I bet I do, Vanessa. Y'all want to hold my daggone hand? Sheesh. And no, I'm not in the public bathroom. Good Lord. No. Yeah, you know what, Chosen? It takes one to know one. Oh, I know who JD is now. Never mind. No, because YouTube won't allow. RD, help. Yes, sir, RD. I wouldn't breathe air around you, Chosen. I would not waste my breath. You want what I'm drinking? Horse piss. That's what I'm drinking. Exactly, RD. Uh, right there. Uh, uh. You don't need to be on this channel. Charles, if you're 13, you need to get off. This is not for anybody under age of 21. Am I old enough to drink? Yes, I am. Well, you know what, Charles? I got rid of them all day. Yeah, where's Vanessa's parents at? She suspended her age on here, and I put it on my block list. And I put Charles on my block list. Nobody under age 21 should not be on on the channel. You know what I mean? Cause I can get me in trouble. So I got a block list. Nope. Can't have no 13-year-olds, 15. If anybody right now, I see 11 people on. I'm gonna make a disclaimer right now. If you are under 21 right now, my best bet right now is to leave the chat. If me or one of my guys catch you on here and you meet your age, you will be automatically removed. And my guys will do it. I'm telling you now. That's why I'm making a comment. It'd be more worse than that, RD, if that was my son or my daughter doing that. And I catch them sneaking around on YouTube or somebody's channel that's for people for 21 and over, smoking the pipe or chewing whatever, I would tear their butts up. It's not the presenter's fault because the presenters don't know. The presenter will know if something's off because the presenter will know there's certain people. Because I won't tolerate it. That's why you can set your computer up for YouTube or any other thing for parental controls. And when you set the parental controls up, the parent has to have a password without those kids knowing what that password is to get what they want to do. Because YouTube is full of things you can look up. The only way I'll let my child that age watch, if I was a pipe smoker myself, as an adult, I'm right there with them. What and thinking? I mean, yes. Say like I'm watching Yusuf, for instance. And I'm a pipe smoker. Okay, I'll let my child watch as long as I'm present, watching. Then they can watch. But not without me being present or without my permission. Well, RD knows what I'm doing. Oh, got a new hat for Christmas? Dickies? Genuine Dickies hat? New hat for Christmas. That's like me, RD. So, how's everybody's day? Oh, nice, RD. Shit. Come here, RD. I'll kiss the cook. Come here. Just for old time's sake. Oh, good, RD. I'm glad you got off early today. I'm good. I'm glad. Yes, sir, Yusuf. So far, so good. RD, I'm glad you got off early today. You didn't have to do no overtime. Work late. That's a good thing. Oh, I'm making RD blush. Well, bless his little heart. I'm making RD's face turn red. Well, I got a pick on you, RD. The only person who can kiss RD is his wife. If I did, I'll get my butt kicked. She'll kick my hind end. And I don't want to make his woman mad, his wife mad. No. You'll see the mafia disappear. You won't see the mafia no more. She'll make it look like an accident. And then I have to come back and hunt RD. I have to come back and hunt RD. Come back and hunt him. Doggone the RD. See what's did. Whew. That's a scary thought. Get a woman mad, she'll be mad for days. When a man gets mad, he'll be over a couple hours, but whew, get a woman mad, she'll be mad for days. But she can't remember what she did yesterday, but by God, she can remember what she did 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Hell, she'll know what she did last weekend. But she'll forget that one thing, but she won't get what she did. Uh-uh. A woman don't forget. Oh. Or hey, I was up in Columbus the other night, right? Me, Tim, Tamika, and a friend of ours. We was at the casino. We seen this girl walk by with a miniskirt on, and Tim looks at me and says, "Hey, check that out." And I went, I said, She looks at me. It's like, I said, "What's up?" Tim's over here just laughing because he knows where I was going to go with this, right? I said, "Well, hey, what's up? Any luck tonight?" "No, I have no luck." Okay. Her boyfriend, I didn't know she had a boyfriend, but anyways, he looked like one of those type of guys that it's like, "God, man, that girl, you could do better than that." Man, he was all dressed, all fancy, had these fancy t-shirt on, fancy pants, fancy shoes, walking around strutting like he's the king of the world. It's like, I don't think I can shake my head. Tim says, he says, "What's wrong?" I said, "That's her boyfriend." He says, "Where?" He's walking past you. Tim even looks. The only thing we can do is sit there and shake our hands. It's like, really? Seriously? They don't know who I am. That's what I told Tim. Because I was going to take a run with it. Yes, sir, RJ. Oh. Hey, RD. Now RD can cook a T-bone steak with some A1 sauce, with a load of baked potatoes with bacon bits and cheese and some sour cream on top with his pinky up. Yeah. And he could take RD could take his plate in the house and lay it down on the silver platter, and he could strut to his recliner with a Michelob in one hand and a pipe in the other. Which RD gets back, I'll tell him. This ought to be fun. I haven't had a T-bone steak for I don't know how long. I always take my steaks medium rare. That's the only way I'll eat my steaks. That's right. I always eat my steaks medium rare, but like my hamburger, like if I, cause if I go to like street side or roosters, they've always asked if I get it, like a Bob's barbecue burger with cheese and jalapenos on it. They always ask me how I want my burger. I want it medium rare. I want it well. I always take my burgers well done. They'll ask you how you want your hamburger, cause I know the guy that he eats his hamburgers medium rare. Actually, I know two guys. I eat my hamburger medium rare, but my hamburger's well done, but my steak stuff has got to be medium rare, and it better be right or I'll complain. I tell them, hey, that ain't the way I want it. There's only been 3 times it's happened to me on my steaks. They didn't do my steaks right, and I tell them, I say, hey, that ain't right. Do you know what medium rare means? Do you know how to cook it? And I tell you how to cook a steak medium rare. There has to be It has to be just right, and I see just a tiny little bit of the blood coming out. And I'm good. And they better have, and I say, I want A1 steak sauce. I don't want no other steak sauce you got. I want A1 steak sauce. Yeah, I'm particular. Now, my chicken, yes. My chicken's got to be well done. And your pork, I don't care if it's pork tenderloin, pork chops, you got to cook it. Your pork, you got to cook it well done. Cause when I was in meat processing, when I was a meat cutter, that's one thing I've learned. Your pork has got to be well done, well cooked. If not, you get sicker than a dog. Now, there's people loves how I cook my pork chops. I asked I said, I tell them, well, your pork chop's got to be well done, well cooked. But how do you want it? You want it a little bit tough? You want it tender? Whatever. I cooked pork chops one time. This guy and my ex girlfriend's friend, he was particular about how he loved pork chops. So I told him, I said, I'll tell you what. I said, I can cook you some pork chops the way you want it. And I said, I'll bet you that you never had the way I done it. Yes, RJ, you have to be. If not, I don't care if it's sausage. Now, your bacon, you can cook your bacon the way you want it. You can have it crispy, or in between. Um, your pork tenderloin, butt roast, any of that. It's got to be well done. Well done. Yusuf, have you ever eaten bacon? Yeah, RD's take the same thing I'm taking. You ever ate bacon? If you never ate bacon, you ain't right. RD, if I were to make you something, the best pork chop you ever ate, you'll change your mind. Okay, Yusuf, where do you think bacon comes from? Then okay, we can be friends, Yusuf. We can be friends. Because anybody doesn't eat bacon, there's something wrong. I know this guy I know, he hasn't eaten any type of pork in probably 15 years. And ain't because of religious, it's because he passed a hog farm. And after he passed the hog farm and seen what they do and eat, he's like, never again. I said, no. If you want a good hog and you want good pork from, say, like this certain farm over here, and say he's the top producer of hogs, he's not going to feed the hog anything a hog wants. And he won't. He'll feed him like corn. Um, there's certain hog feed, like cow feed, whatever. Um, RD, uh, I work for a lot of farmers. I used to work for a lot of farmers, and I learned this. Just like a friend of mine, her husband used to do dairy cattle, to have butchers, and he was the best around, the best. Far as he got this particular feed and this particular thing for him, but he wouldn't say. It was his secret. The only cow that I will not eat because it's too sweet for me is a Jersey. Now your Jerseys are like your cows that look red in color, like almost like this color here, or a little bit darker than this. They're almost about like this color. Your Holsteins and steers and Holsteins are like black and white. Um, Angus, black Angus, like pure black. I mean by pure black is about the black as my stem. Now that's your best meat. Is your Angus meat from a cow, premium Angus. Yes, RD. Depends on how you cook it, and depends on how it's cut, and depends on how it's prepared. Anything like your pork ribs, your sirloin, whatever. Your pork sirloin steaks, whatever. It depends on. That's what you gotta look for. And I wish I had some um, pork and hamburger from a friend of mine, they're farmers, compared to the store bought, and you'll see the difference in it. I very hardly ever get store bought hamburger. I can make one. I'll talk to a friend of mine and say, hey, you have any extra hamburger beef that's been butchered? Yeah. You mind if I'll pay for it? Can I get a couple packs of it? She says, oh, they don't have to pay me. She'll bring me like 3 or 4 packages from where they had their cattle butchered. You talk about the best beef. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You buy off a farmer. Remember that. Buy off a farmer. Oh, yeah, pork rinds. I never had the pork hoofs, but pork rinds, heck yeah. I'll eat them many days a week. Hey, oh wow, RD. Have you guys had head cheese from a hog? But let me tell you something about that too. Get it from a farmer. If you want good head cheese and you know that farmer is willing to sell whatever off that hog, do it. Don't get the store bought. Get it from a farmer. Trust me. I understand, RD. And bacon, same way. Get it from a farmer. I have. I tell you what, I'd rather get it from a farmer than I'll get it from the store. And people says, you go ask somebody for lives in the city. Well, where you get the whole bacon from, or where you get the beef from the store? All right, said, be careful, be safe. Thanks for stopping in. Then I'll say, okay, it's at the store, right? Well, that's where you get it from. Well, where do you think the store gets it from? Well, don't know. Well, there's a processing plant. Oh, processing plant. And where do you think the processing plant gets it from? Well, from a farmer. True, from a farmer. True. But lot of these guys go to these livestock auctions. And they'll pay so much a pound for the hog or the beef, pork or beef, and then whoever buys it chooses just, you know, take it to the processing plant, and then that processing plant will pay them whatever how much they pay for that. They'll give them extra. They'll double that price for them. That's where your meat comes from. When I was at Laura Oaks, I was doing my 2 years of meat processing. There's a lot of them farmers bring their hogs, whatever in, and so say like they got four heads of beef cattle. So they'll say, "Well, we'll take two. We're taking the other two because we had a little store up front, but we had to go by the USDA regulations, which is the United States Department of Agriculture. So we got to go by their regulations. So sometimes they'll donate two heads or one head, and we'll process that and we'll sell it. To know the reason why we was doing that, so we know how to do the business. Here, here's a prime example. Back in March, April this year, yeah, it can get pretty nasty already. I've seen a lot of stuff happen. Um, a friend of mine, bless his heart, he got a hold of me. He says, Jeffrey, I said, what? Um, I need to use your side by side. I got a hog out here that needs to be processed. Okay. Which, God bless him, he's learned. He's learned. And so I went out there, took my side by side out there because I had my warning wrench on the front of it where I could pull it. And the hog's laying down, and when I was over Oaks, my junior year was the processing room, then my senior year I was on the kill floor. But I had enough credits my senior year that in the mornings I was teaching the juniors in the morning how to process the meat. Then in the afternoon I was on the kill floor. Um, so I went out there and I looked and I looked at him. I said, I got a question. He said, yeah. I said, how long ago did you do this? He says, oh, probably about a half hour or so ago before I got a hold of you. I said, okay. He says, why? I said, well, the first, I said, I said, don't get, I said, I want you to take no offense to it, but I said, you're learning. You're learning. I said, after you do that, you push that out the whole hung, and I said, you push that to bleed out. And I said, that avoids bacteria avoids contamination, yada yada yada. I said it ain't like out here you shoot a deer and field dress it and do whatever. He says, I'm sorry. He says, you think it should still be good? I said, yeah. I said, be alright. It'll be alright. I promise you. I said, I wouldn't. I said, I'll tell you straight up. So we got hung up. I went up there with my knife, did my thing, make sure it was completely drained. And then I said, have you ever done a deer before? Yeah. Well, the house gonna be the same way. But I said, well, can you? I said, he asked me, can you show me? I said, just do it like you would a deer. Then I said, once you get it pretty well, I said, do the skinning first, and then we'll worry about the rest of it later. So I said, go ahead, you're gonna have to do it, man. This is the best way you're gonna learn. I said, I'm right here, just don't worry about it. And I said, I've been doing this for the past 20 some years. Just he's going through. And I said, doing fine. You know. Then we did what we got to do, and I started showing the cuts. I said, now you want pork chops, pork roast, what you want? RD, I still, matter of fact, I think I still got that picture I can show you. Not on here, but I've seen the picture. By the time we got down to that old hog, hey, I gotta give him credit on first time hog. He did a good job on it. I gotta give him credit. This poor girl he had staying there with him. This poor girl was getting sicker than a dog. I said, hey, if you ever want to live off the land, this is what you gotta do. This is what you gotta do when you live off the land and you don't want to take to a butcher, take to somewhere, somebody, pay somebody. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta learn. Plain simple. And halfway through, I got this awful smell underneath my nose. And I looked at him and I said, what was you feeding him? Okay, RD. I said, you must have been feeding him something awful. I mean, awful. Well, he started telling me, I said, well, I said, you're learning. Next time, feed it corn and stuff, ground up corn for about 2 weeks. I said, if you're planning on taking a hog in or cattle in, you say like you got 3 weeks away to for that go to the processing plant. I said for 2 weeks you feed it 3 times a day. You feed that sucker corn. Feed the corn. 2 weeks. Up till the day you're going to transport it. Because I say do that. I said not only you fatten them up, but you're gonna have better tasting meat. Just wait for RD. Okay, RD's back. I'll never get the time I was in class and Mr. Wilson came down and got me. Went to the lab and he says, Jeff, we got a mad cow back there. That's like me all day. Um, went down to the lab and he says, Jeff says, we got a mad cow back there. I said, oh, we do. He says, yeah, we're going to have to put it down. He says, you guys, he says, go gear up. He says, we're going to have to, even though we got to put it down, we're going to have to go through the, still, we had to get rid of the meat and stuff. It wasn't no good. But he says, well, I'll go through the process. So, he says, I'll be back. Says, in the meantime, you go gear up. So I go to my locker, get my steel, those boots, steel toe boots on, and comes up to your knees and get my boning knife, skinning knife, and hair net, my helmet. Walked on, because we went on the kill floor. Had these yellow aprons we had to wear. Well, there stood the USDA head inspector, and there stood the head veterinarian. I seen him standing there. I'm thinking, oh crap. I knew he was. Think, well, this ain't going to be good. So Mr. Wilson came back with a 22 rifle. I said, well, how much this one weighs? Oh, about 1350. Woo! I said, you want me to take a 1,350 pound cow by myself and put him in the chute, right? By myself. Well, yeah. I'm thinking, holy crap, this ain't gonna be. I'm thinking, well, this ain't gonna be my day. I said, I tell you what, I'll put him through there. You better clue. I said, you control that chute up there. I'll get him from the holding pens back here. And I said, you better be on point, Wilson. 'Cause I ain't playing today. I said, I don't want to get freaking trumped. Now, I sure as heck don't want to get kicked. And this guy's back there going nuts. I mean, he was going nuts, man. I'm telling you. It was a steer. Got him up. It took me a minute. Boy. Have you ever, if you never seen a mad cow before, you don't want to see it. It's like, it's almost like, almost like a human going completely nuts. I mean berserk. I mean, you can't control them. Put that old boy down just like I had help. We had to go through the whole process on the floor. And then after we used the equipment, and got it, did what we had to do we had to use separate barrel. They called a truck in. We cut it up right there on the floor, got it loaded up, and then we had to go in there and completely clean and sanitize all the equipment. Because that's why when we used to own a hog or a cow on the next round, what was left on that would not contaminate the meat. Because we didn't, it would contaminate then. We throw it in that freezer because we had all this meat in the freezer, in the coolers. It would have contaminated all the rest of that meat to belong to somebody else and we had to get rid of it. Don't want to do that. That's a big no. No. And you had to clean and sanitize in front of the USA inspector and the veterinarian. Well, just the inspector. The veterinarian, only thing the veterinarian is for is check like cow's tongue, the liver, the meat, make sure there ain't nothing wrong with that meat. But the inspector had to be there to make sure everything was clean, properly sanitized, everything. Everything. Even the floor had to be sanitized and cleaned. We had to. I bet you had everything done within probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. About an hour and a half, 2 hours. I won't forget that. Still this day. That was bad. And I told Mr. Wilson, I said, don't you ever put me up against something like that again. Reason why he done, because I was about the only one he could trust going in there and actually doing it. And then we had these schools come in for these students to choose what program they want, either meat processing or agriculture mechanics or equine, which is horses, or auto mechanics. And we did this with like the 8th, 9th graders. So they can choose what program they come there. They can choose what. I don't know if Todd's still here, RD. I know I see two on, but I don't know. But we had these group of kids, and I had to do the tour of the meat processing, especially in the afternoons. I loved it. They actually got to see the process of where their meat comes from the kill floor through the course to the processing. They couldn't go on the processing floor because they didn't have the proper equipment on them. But they actually got to see the kill floor. And the little store we had were beef jerky. We sold beef jerky, hamburger, steaks, you name it, we had it. But some of the kids got to see the process. This poor, this poor guy, this poor boy, bless his little heart. He says, "Oh, I like this. I like to get in this program." Until he got to see the actual process for the kill for, because we had a glass on the outside, where you can stand from the outside looking on, on the kill floor, right? You can see the process. Or we let them, or we open the door up and let them come in, but they have to stand towards the door. And there's me and Mr. Wilson, the state inspector, and we'll explain the process of what happens. And there's actually a girl too, if I'm right. Boy, they got so sicker than a dog, man. Just luck we got them to the bathroom. Because good thing they didn't throw up on the floor, because yeah, that would have been all bad. Then we had to stop everything. But I wasn't geared up in my gear when I was doing the tours. Only thing I had my hairnet on and my helmet on. You know, but they got to see some of them in full gear. You know, And it's just like we explained to them. This is not for everybody. The process is not for everybody. Everybody can't do this job. And it's like I even told them, I said, I said, there's some seniors that are in over on the processing the meat refuse to be out here. But there's some of them, and I explained there's some like me, this doesn't bother me because it's the way of life. I said, you guys, and it's like I explained to them, you guys got to understand, this is where your meat comes from. I said, when your mom and dad goes to the store, or your grandma, grandpa, or your aunt, uncle, you go to them or whatever, and they buy hamburger and stuff, and you guys see out there, yes, Todd. And I said, you go out there. I said, this is I said, you guys got to understand, these as farmers feeding your guys' family. I said, if it wasn't for the farmer, I said, you see these, I said, you guys see these big tractors and combines. And I said, you see all these guys out here in the fields with their tractors, combines? They said, yeah. I said, they're doing corn and soybeans and stuff like that, right? Yeah. I said, they also raise cattle and hogs. I said, yeah, I said, these guys that does the farming out here does this so you all can eat. If it weren't for them, we all be starving. We wouldn't be here. So here's and I can explain to them. Thank the farmer, and I said, if you guys give me a big favor, thank these guys. Thank these guys. Because I said, if it weren't for the farmer and these guys here processing your food, where would we be? Exactly all day. I said, thank the farmer and thank the processing guys. And I said, you see that gentleman stand? I said, you see, no, not pointing at him. I said, you see that gentleman there? Not pointing at the inspector. I see that gentleman standing there? I said, that gentleman right there makes sure the safety of the meat. Yes, sir. I said that gentleman makes sure that he examines the meat to make sure that we don't get sick. And I said that lady standing there, she's the veterinarian. She makes sure that everything's okay. And I said that gentleman making sure that everything's done properly. And I said she's there to make sure we don't get actually both of them make sure everything's done right, that we don't get sick, make sure everything's okay. And they got, and I said, I said, and I told him, I said, you know what the state of Ohio looks like, right? They said, yeah. I said, only them two, I said, they could stem fight me. I said, I said, they put a stamp on there, and he went over and got him, showed him what it looked like, the stamp. I said, once he stamps side, I said, there's one from him and one from her. I said, once both those stamps goes on that, it's approved. We are good. We can eat. Once we get those two stamps, we on it. We on it. And they enjoyed that. They got a better understanding. Well, when they left, Mr. Wilson got me to the side and he says, you know what? He says, he says, I like how you put that. He said, I like how you did that little presentation with them. I said, yeah, I said, you got to understand their minds are still processing. Even though they may be 9th, 10th graders, but you got to understand their minds still processing. You got to put it down to their level for them to understand what the process of it. Because they don't know. They don't know where the meat comes from. So once you do that, then, yeah, they're going to. He says, well, he looked at me, he says, you know what? He says, now on for the rest of the week, you're going to be doing the tours of it. And I said, oh, no. Yeah, same to you, RD. I got to get out myself. Thanks, RD. Actually, it's 22, almost 2:30 here. I'm going to get off, finish this beer off, and I'm going to bed myself. Thanks, RD, Yusuf, Todd. Hopefully, I could be on tomorrow night. We'll see. This is how Mafia Piper. Keep them lit, keep the embers burning, and y'all take care.